Hey guys, this is R for Trans Youth yet again. Okay, so I'm picking the topic this week, and the topic is going to be... Fuck, what did I decide it was going to be? Okay. Does transition mature you? Yeah, that's basically the topic. Do you think that transition matures you? And my answer in a nutshell to that question is, it's different for every person, because it really is. Every case, every person is circumstantial. And I can tell you in my case, it certainly did, because pre-transition I was a dumbass teenager. And pretty much, I don't know. Once I smartened up, I hated teenagers before I was not even, like, done being a teenager. I don't know. It can in some cases, and I find those are the people who really see how the world works once they transition. They're the ones who are going to mature, I find. But, I don't know, in my experience, I've met a bajillion trans girls, and half of them are still stupid little children. Even worse, actually, due to their transition. I feel like not getting more immature, but maybe slowing down their maturing process. I don't know. Because they're just busy being a slutty little stupid little child. Yeah. It's circumstantial, I guess, you know? Because once you transition, you see parts of the world that you didn't see before, I guess. Like, okay, there's good and bad to this as well, and I'll explain both. Since I've transitioned, I've realized that there's a lot more sexism in the world than pre-transition me used to think there was. I mean, obviously I knew sexism was still prominent, but I didn't think it was as prominent as it is. Because I've heard the comments as well, like, you should be in the kitchen and blah blah blah. That said, though, there are still some men who will try and be chivalrous, you know. They'll hold the door open for you or stuff like that, like, I don't know. And maybe those men have ulterior motives to being nice to a kind young woman, kind, beautiful young woman such as myself. But whether they have an ulterior motive or not, it's still very nice and sweet. But my point is, when you see those negative parts of the world, it kind of makes you, I guess, realize that the world isn't the great, wonderful place that most teenagers think it is. Because, you know, in their mind, it's all, I don't know, hang out with my friends, drink beer, have sex, pretty much. That's all that goes through a teenager's mind. And this doesn't really have anything to do with the topic, actually, but I'm going to bring it up. I've always hated how people push their children to go to college or university instantly after high school. My reasoning for that, it's really just not smart, like, because really how many people know 100% what they want to do when they're, like, 17 years old? If you ask me, it's not very many. Some may have an idea, but it'll change. I don't know, maybe they'll get as far as graduating with a degree in blah blah, and then they'll be like, I don't want to do blah blah, I want to do blee blee. I don't know. I don't fucking know. That's a dumb example, but still. Like, in my case, I put off school for transition, and it's been, I don't know, I graduated high school 4 years ago. I did a semester at college, like, 3 years ago. Only one semester, and then I kind of dropped. But in that time, I've realized that I don't want to do fashion, because my original plan was to go into fashion, but now I'm second-guessing that. I don't think I want to do fashion anymore. So would it be better off for me to have gone and gotten a degree in fashion, and then realize I don't want to do fashion? Or just not bother, save myself money and time? And it's also a bad idea to send a 17-year-old kid off to university and college because, again, they're extremely immature. To them, university is nothing about partying and having sex and stuff and not being around your parents. That's what it all is for 95% of them. It's so true. They don't care about the education. They cut classes and shit. Like, no, you're there to fucking learn. That really doesn't have anything to do with the topic, but still, the immaturity of teenagers bugs me sometimes. It really does. But that does kind of tie into my main point, I suppose, is someone who transitions young. I don't know, it depends on every person. Like, it did certainly mature me, but it may not certainly mature this other person. I don't know. Yeah. That's really all I have to say about it. So this is Zara for Trans Youth, of course. And if you guys have a question, you know the drill. Email transyouthchannel@gmail.com. And we may or may not answer your question. Hopefully we do. We may not. Probably. If it's not one we've answered before. Yeah. So this is Zara for Trans Youth, again.